Hello to our DSTV viewers and for all of you that have joined us on our social media pages. Now with me here is the man himself, Jesse Jackson Kaureza. Welcome, man. How are you doing?
Well, Otis, I'm actually delighted to be here and excited as well. It has been a very beautiful morning. The weather is quite pleasing today. No complaints. As a person from Windhoek, I would have expected a worse weather, but it was actually fine. And what made it all good is the fact that we managed to catch up the first winner, and that is none other than Drikas, who is the solo man desert dash 2022 champion.
No, brother, don't let the cat out of the bag, man. I think we should save the best for last.
I'm too excited right now because it has been that kind of morning filled with emotions and filled with drama. And as you could see in the guys' faces as they come in that they have really battled through this night. I'm sure here it's a bit fine, but you can imagine what they have seen through the night.
Yes. Now, we want you, our viewers, to sit back, relax, and we're going to take you on a journey. We're going to go show you what transpired since they left Windhoek yesterday and how they finished here at Platz Am Meer in Swakopmund.
It has been great action. I'm sure that the viewers... former champion at the post. Piping the former champion at the post, making sure that he does it. And you can see their family members, spectators, everyone was quite excited. I mean, who cannot be happy for this guy? After what he has tried in so many years, he has been trying this race and no avail, and some injuries also stopping him. So it has indeed been that kind of race there.
Yes, Jesse, quite extraordinary and amazing scenes here in Swakopmund as Drikas crossed the finishing line. Quite an extraordinary story behind this young man.
No, very extraordinary. As you can see there, the man giving him a hug is the sponsor, that is Herman Devin. I mean, it's emotional for him because he started a trust fund after losing his two daughters in a car accident. And today, after so many attempts by his biker, the person he sponsors, you could see him now that he actually managed to win, and that's why it was such an emotional scene. That is for Mr. Herman Devin there. I mean, you could see the man was inconsolable, and this is not just tears of sadness but tears of joy as his protege, as a person that he bought a bike for. I remembered him telling me that he bought a bike that is for his son, or for Drikas, and that is why it has been that.
I usually don't drive this car around. It's a standing base. I fill up my car for 850, that gave me a full tank. I used to use this car between Rebot and Windhoek. Yeah, once you reach home in Rebot, it's almost a half tank. It's from Windhoek to Ketmas. That is the longest I have driven with this baby. I think Namco is changing the game because their service is very organized, clean. Even their takeaway department, Namco is the one. There is no country like Namibia. Namibia is a very beautiful country. That's why I'm part of it.
Well, as you can see behind me, this is the champion of the Desert Dash, the 2022 Dash champion, that is Drikas Coetzee. Everyone wants a piece of him here, autographs and all. I mean, it is indeed a very special occasion for him as a champion. And I'm just waiting for him to finish some autographs. I'll probably also have mine after this one. I mean, he's the champion. Such an emotional time, and you can see family members really swept away by a special occasion. And I mean, he's the man of the moment, and we have to allow him that moment just to honor the fans that have also been supporting him. Drikas, a few months back I had you in studio, and I actually told you, I think I told you that you were actually ready for this year was your year, and you have been doing a brilliant job in terms of whatever race you compete in. I think it was written on the board that this was going to be your Desert Dash, don't you think?
In hindsight, I think the same, but you still need to pull it off on the day. And respect to my competitors, you know. And I have so much respect for my friend Connie, who won the event 6 times. So, in hindsight, yes. But I've ticked the box, and I'm extremely happy.
So tell us, it was indeed a rough night, of course. One can see in terms of how you look. But tell us, how did it go down there?
Yeah, for me, I had a perfect race. I executed my plan perfectly as well. Never throughout the race I had a dull moment where I felt I was in trouble. I controlled it from the beginning to the start. I did what I wanted to do at the beginning by pushing the pace up Kupferberg, taking 3 guys with me, putting in another search, and then we were only 2. And then 5 Ks before halfway, I was by myself. And then I knew I just had to time trial the thing to the end. But, you know, today was a very special victory for me, not just because I finally managed to win the Desert Dash. Today I rode for Janine and Suzelle Davin, which is my main sponsor, and just to honor their legacy, you know. So I honor this, and this victory is for them. But then on the same note, I just also like to say a big thank you for all my local sponsors. I'm blessed with a support system which is amazing, and all of them are here at the finish line, so the expectations were high. But for me to have pulled it off, that's a cherry of the cake after an awesome year of ultra endurance racing in South Africa and the road race champion in February. So hopefully I can have a week or two to celebrate it now.
Well, you have to celebrate indeed. I'll come back later for an autograph, my friend. Good luck and keep celebrating with the family. Last year, this time around, I was here with Connie, and he was second, and again this year second. But he is a former champion of the dash, undisputed for a number of years. But it has been becoming difficult as the challengers always want to beat you. So, what did you make of today's race?
Yeah, as you can see, it didn't turn out for the victory, but I'm very happy with my performance because, yeah, it was a bit stressful week. I didn't felt good. I had a bad cold a week ago, so I was hoping every day, you know, that it gets better. But then, yeah, on the first climb, Kupferberg, I realized my body doesn't respond the way I want, and sometimes one has to accept this because, yeah, I'm not 20 anymore, so old man. So I have to watch for my health, and I decided to take no risk today and ride smart. Yeah, one time I wanted to pull out because so much wind also, then, you know, you struggle mentally, you go through a lot of bad moments, and but yeah, giving up is not an option. And it was very nice that there were so many spectators at the halfway, so yeah, they were cheering, and then I decided to carry on, and still happy that I finished, yes.
All right. They were saying that you made an incredible comeback on the road. What was that about?
Yeah, I mean, I was also a bit lucky because Alex came from behind. But usually I try to keep with them, and but today I also couldn't because every time I pushed a bit harder, I as I said, my body didn't respond the way I wanted, and then yeah, I also had to let Alex go. And yeah, but still I could make up a little bit of time, and it's also nice mentally when you know, okay, now it's getting better, or you can at least push a little bit. And yeah, I mean, the last part is always difficult, Connie contest, very hard with the sand, and no, I'm happy with the outcome, and I think Drikas really deserved this win. I mean, he was all day in the front, and yeah, he was running behind this victory for a few years, and now eventually he has it, so I'm very happy for him.
All right. One of the things that one can ask is that, are we going to see you again next year? Because, I mean, you have become a familiar figure in this one.
Yeah, I don't know yet, because now I've done it 8 times. This time, I mean, with the wind and stuff, you always think, yeah, not coming back. So maybe I sleep one more night and then I will decide tomorrow.
Thank you so much. That was Connie Loser. He has always been winning this, but coming second best for a consecutive time. You can see he is not really disappointed by that. He says that he has not been feeling well. So, Connie, we just love to see you here, and we hope to see you again.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Yes, Jesse, things have been happening at a rapid pace here at Platz Am Meer in Swakopmund. The riders have arrived. Now we know the single ones, the solo ones, the men are all in the first three positions, and then also the four-man teams have arrived, and some of the two-man teams are in. But now, briefly, Jessie, what do you think of those times up on the screen?
Well, this just explains the time that they left. That is from the capital city, and it's just the unofficial confirmed times now that will show when teams are arriving here at the hour that they arrive here. How many hours have they cycled through the desert and through the tough, bumpy terrains of that is between Swakopmund and that is Windhoek and Swakopmund.
Yes, yes. So it means the clock is ticking.
Yes, that means the clock is ticking, and that means some of the people are still racing against time. They are racing against time. So it is indeed that time where they are racing against time in order to finish and cross the line and to receive a medal, actually. So it is indeed, like what you said, an exciting day there, and everyone is expecting to have their families, loved ones be here. They're expecting these people to come, and of course not everyone will finish this race. Some of the people will fall out. There are those that have been disqualified for jumping and stuff like that, so it is just not going to be that easy for many of them.
A lot of things happening behind the scene, but we must say this is 397 kilometers being cycled, and you are expected to complete this race within the space of 24 hours.
Yes, and 24 hours is not a joke. And if you look at the faces, their clothes, and if you look at the bikes, you can see that these guys have gone through a torrid night. You can see that these guys were doing it. This is like more of a life or death kind of situation, you know. Cycling through the desert is not an easy thing, and that is why you are going to see some of them after this. They are actually almost about to collapse and all. And as you can see there, you can see that the second mixed doubles are entering there, coming through.
Team Foot Lovers.
It's Team Foot Lovers. What a time to be alive for them. What a time to finish as well. You can see it is still early in the morning, and that is why anyone that's finishing right now, not that I'm disregarding the efforts of those that actually come late, but you can see that those that are still finishing now, you can tell that they have done an amazing job. Another team is coming through there, simmered dressed, and you can see there are still people watching out and waiting when are their loved ones coming through. You know, you just be there wondering, are they going to finish in all? And there you see another finish, another standing ovation there for those finishers that came just through at the right time. And
Yes,
as we can see,
some even have the stomach to do a wheelie at the finishing line.
yes, Otis, one thing that we have to say is that the times that you see there solo, it means that this person left this time when, and if you see the two persons and the time that those two persons left, and then the four-person teams is the times that those people left. So that is one of the things that we just need to make it clear there to our viewers, finding themselves wherever they are right now. And we would just like you viewers that are watching right now to drop us a message, to drop those that you cheer on a message, just to tell us where you are watching from and how you are enjoying this desert dash. And that's the Foot Lovers Team Market Adventures. That is Pierre de Klerk, Jay Hansen, Pierre van der Merwe, and R. Groenewald. And you can see that is the time that
Yes,
they took.
and we can check out there in 2019 they completed this in a time of 19 hours and 14 minutes 23 seconds. So they actually went slower this year.
Yeah, no, it was slower, probably we will have to find out what's the reason that has made them slower. Sometimes it could be age, probably aging, and it is.
yes.
It has been a number of events.
Yes, but something that's cool is all the Namibian flags out there, and that means we have an all Namibian team, that have just arrived.
Yes, it is a cool thing indeed, Otis. Very cool, but we are afraid that people might be afraid to come and compete in Namibia because they would think that the Namibians are too good, and that's why we have to also give a chance to the others.
Yes, Jesse, there's the Simon men's team, the foreman team that have just arrived, and we must stress that these are unofficial times. We are monitoring these times on behalf of you because you are now relaxed and enjoying this feed in the comfort of your home. It's DSTV 285 and GoTV 94. So there we have a South African C. Kruger joined by B. Jensen, D. Haan, and K. Low. And then in 2020 they cycled this distance in a time of 14 hours 28 minutes. Once again, slower this year, 15 hours and 2 minutes.
There might be a factor of things that has probably played to this today. Like we said, the guys are probably aging, or it could be that the weather was not so pleasing enough, or it could be that the preparations and teamwork was not done thoroughly this year. But as you can see, like you rightfully alluded to, is that the times have dropped. It's still unofficial times. It's still not confirmed. It's still to be confirmed. But as you can see, the times are still just dropping, and which is something sometimes not pleasant to see. But of course, we can never judge those that are on the bikes because it is a tough terrain cycling through that.
Yes, they have been going the solos for 17 hours, 53 minutes. It's nearly 18 hours on the road. The two-person team, 17 hours, 23 minutes, and also the four-person team going for 16 hours and 53 minutes. More riders arriving here. So that's how things started off in Windhoek at the Grove Mall, where the first riders jumping, starting, getting out of the blocks. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? They've been going for 397 kilometers, and these were the first 5 to 10 kilometers we are showing you here as this race unfolded yesterday in Windhoek. Our colleagues in Windhoek captured this footage, and they provided it to us, and we are bringing you this now. Some hard riding in the beginning of the race, Jesse.
Yes, very hard indeed. And we just have to allude to the times that were mentioned earlier on there. In terms of the times, we mentioned that it was 20 current times. Indeed, it was 2021 times, and then the current times that they are competing, that is at the top left of your corner. So that is the recent times. So the others are the past times of the 2021. We firmly apologize for that.
Yes, Jesse, so you can see they've been going for 17 hours and 55 minutes. That's the solo guys. 17 hours, 25 minutes, the two-persons team.
fuel costs me between $195 and $200, and it takes me roughly 240 kilometers. The longest distance that I've driven on my bike is around about 650 kilometers. It's the Otjiwarongo Omaruru Karabab trip. The service at the Namco service station is excellent. We use them often when we do our Otjiwarongo Omaruru trips. I would say the one thing that I love about my country is the scenery, especially in the rainy season. I get to experience everything when I'm on my bike.
I'm with Mark Pritsen, all the way from Germany.
Right.
Yes, so your first dash and you finished with a third place.
Yeah, that's my first dash, yes. And the third place was really, really good. And I feel good, I think so.
You
Yes.
must feel good.
Yeah.
So tell me about your race.
Yeah. The first hours was really, really tough. The sun goes so hard, and that was too much for me.
Yes.
But in the dark, I can get more power and can more push. And really, thanks to Conny Loser, he pushed me hard and gave me some wind.
Yes.
Yeah, and was really good. Yeah, of course.
Will you do it again?
You have to ask me tomorrow.
So what carried you to the finishing line?
What carried me? Please.
How did you prepare for this race?
My English is not so good.
So good.
Yeah.
What preparations did you do for the race?
What preparations? Yeah, my preparation. What is preparation? Vorbereitung. Ah, okay. Yeah. Exactly, not so much, because my sponsor Rose asked me 1 month ago, do you want to race the Desert Dash?
Yes.
And I googled what is the Desert Dash. Yeah,
Yes.
whoa, that's a tough and hard race. But I think, yeah, of course I do it.
Yes.
And
Where to from here? What next for you?
what next? I make 5 days with holiday with my family
Yes.
in Namibia, and then I have to fly back.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Good. Yes, viewers, welcome back to Platz Am Meer here in Swakopmund. We are at the finishing line of the 2020 edition of the Nedbank Desert Dash. It's been billed as one of the toughest rides in Namibia and maybe in the world even. It's over 397 kilometers, and this distance needs to be completed within a space of 24 hours. Now we need to make you attend, you, our esteemed viewers, that we will be cutting away whenever a team is arriving. We will be cutting away to bring you the arrival of the teams as they are coming in. So please bear with us whenever we are busy with an interview and team is arrived, we will cut away and then we will show you the teams as they are arriving. So yes, Jesse, we've had the solo man in briefly. The times we had this morning, Drikas Kutsia with an unofficial time of 15 hours, 17 minutes and 9 seconds. We must also stress it is unofficial times. Tell us about Connie Loser's time.
Well, an unofficial time of Connie Loser is 15 hours, 38 minutes and 53 seconds. As a former champion, he would be disappointed with that, the fact that champions always want to win and he was unable to deliver today. So it is indeed a difficult time for him. But still, as you can see there, this is old times of Connie. As you can see there, 2017, that was 13 minutes 55 and 29 seconds. But if you look at the unconfirmed or unofficial time of today of 15:38, you would say that he wouldn't be happy or pleased. And well, he mentioned that he had a flu before the competition started, and that is one of the reasons why it could have hampered with his preparations. Although he wanted to give up, he still decided that he is not going to give up because he has a fighter's heart, and he still cycled and actually finished second in this competition, losing to, that is, Drikas Kutsia, a new champion.
Yes, Jesse, I must add, at previous editions of the Dash, we were joking when we were discussing our headlines, and we said loser wins again. So he was on track to do it for an 8th time before he was derailed, and he has been derailed once again. So maybe he will come back. So in 3rd position we had Rick Stefan, Jesse, Rick Stefan in the solos. Tell us about his time.
It is indeed a good time. One would say that 15:45 is not bad at all, but that is a late entry, and we couldn't have his numbers and times very well tracked, and that is the reason why you will not see it appearing as the rest of the competitors. But all in all, that is the unofficial time that he managed to finish with, piping, that is Mark Preston at the post for 3rd place there. I mean, Preston was in the lead for a number of times, but that is Stefan came back and actually pushed for 3rd. So it is indeed a competition, and a very good competition indeed, and that's why you see how the cyclists actually tried out maneuvering each other, although they also cycle to help each other through the journey. Sometimes, you know, it is a lonely ride and you need a companion.
So yes, Pritson, the times we are discussing here came through early this morning. So Mark Pritson eventually overtook Rick Stefan for the 3rd place in the Dash. So as you can see, it's a bit quiet here at the finishing line. We are waiting for the First Lady to make her way to the finishing line, but we will briefly cross over to show you how the 4-man teams and the 2-man teams pitch. But first of all, we are going to talk to the Ola team, the winners of the 4-man division.
I'm joined here by 4 gentlemen that took on the desert and that took on the desert dash with complete venom and passion, and they are the winners. So, gentlemen, I'm in a presence of winners and I'm feeling like I'm already a winner. But I'm going to start with you, sir. How was the race?
Oh, it was awesome. The organisation was great. A pity for the Simon team that couldn't show up in their full force, but a tribute to them and just a great organisation and great teamwork.
Okay. Teamwork indeed. As a team, what made you guys successful today?
I think everyone brought their part. I mean, the training for the dash, starts long months ago. So it's not on the day. It's preparation that actually obviously contributes to success. So. Yeah.
Okay. In terms of the preparation, as he said, did you guys actually do what you guys practiced before?
Yeah, I think it's difficult to practice exactly what's going to happen in a race, but obviously you try your best. But the conditions and the circumstances always is different, so it's always difficult to exactly emulate what the racing gonna be. But yeah, we've done it a couple of times, so we're getting there.
Was there any time in this race you felt you guys are not going to make it?
To be honest, they were about 2 times. But yeah, we made it, and yeah, always lovely coming to visit my Namibian friends.
All right, that was the Holler team making sure that they get this one. And thank you so much, gentlemen, and enjoy the relaxation and the break and all. And maybe after that you can actually enjoy the desert without cycling. All right, okay.
We are with Mark and Alex, the first 2-man team in. How did it go?
It was quite good from the start. Mark did the first half, the cruise stage, and then to halfway. He had a really good ride, and he put quite a big gap into some of our competitors. And then, yeah, everything went smoothly with my stages. Unfortunately, on the last stage, we had a bit of bad luck. Mark's shifter wasn't working properly. So, yeah, it probably ended up being about 20-30 minutes longer than it used to be, it normally is. But yeah, still happy to be able to take the win in the 2 minutes.
So what was the toughest stretch for you?
Probably the last stage with my gears not working. Shame
Yes.
Alex had to do a lot of work there. At some stage, he was pulling me. We did a lot of work like that, but yeah. I think that was just a bit stressful, but yeah, the first stage is always hard with the headwind and the distance. But yeah, it was a good day overall.
Yes. So where to from here?
Just the off season still.
Yes.
Enjoy some time off with the family, and before we head back to Europe next year.
Okay. So have you been in action at the desk previously?
Yes, it's my third solo, third 2-man. Used to do it with my brother, but it's the first time I'm doing it with Alex now.
Yes. Okay. So what would you tell the other guys still out there?
I would definitely say come do the dash. It's a really special experience. Being able to ride off into the Namibian desert as the sun is setting, it's a feeling you can't really describe with words. So would definitely recommend it.
Where to for you from here?
So now, for now, it's just base training, focusing on next year. Next year, again, qualification for Olympics, obviously. So yeah, big focus on that.
So what brought it home for you guys?
Power.
Power.
Yeah, I guess it's just the strongest on the day, I guess.
Thank you for speaking to us, gents.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yes, Jesse, the Nedbank Desert Dash has once again produced another exciting race, and it's happening right here at Platz Am Meer in Swakopmund, with cyclists from across the country and the world taking part. We see some bikes approaching there. It could be possibly locals, or it could be most probably cyclists finishing this very long distance all the way from Windhoek to Swakopmund. It's 397 kilometers, and they have to do that in a period of 24 hours, as we rightfully pointed out. So it's the longest single stage mountain bike event in the world, and it is now being hosted for the 18th consecutive year.
Yes, indeed. Just before we speak more about the dash itself, in front there you could see a lady and a gentleman were waiting probably still for their arrivals, or maybe it could be their son, it could be their daughter still out there cycling, and it's just something very interesting. Yes, but if we look at that is the Nedbank Desert Dash. It is indeed an iconic event considered by many as a bucket list challenge. It is a unique event which brings international visibility to Namibia.
Definitely, Jesse, definitely. So entries to this most grueling mountain bike ride opened on the 6th of June already.
Yeah, this year's edition, which is currently taking place now, it has seen athletes departing, that is from the Windhoek Grove Mall on Friday 9th December, and are arriving at the Swakopmund Platz Am Meer Mall, that is today, which is a Saturday 10th December.
Yes, Jesse, and we are here. We are right here as it is happening. And we must also mention that the Nedbank Desert Dash is the longest single-stage mountain bike race in the world, with cyclists being afforded 24 hours to complete the 393-kilometer course through the Commerce Hockland Mountains and the Namib Desert to the coastal town of Swakopmund. Now that needs effort and determination, my friend.
Yes, it needs effort and determination indeed. You could see the scent in their ears. You could tell that they have been really going through the desert indeed. Well, to date, Nedbank Namibia has invested over 8 million since it took over the title sponsorship of the Desert Dash 8 years ago. This year, the race has over 900 cyclists registered to race across the 3 categories, which are the solo men that we saw today, and women 2-persons team and a 4-persons team.
Yes, we have some riders approaching.
DRC, France, and Austria. It is indeed an epic event. So you guys can still give us a shout out or give a shout out to those that you are cheering for. Tell us where you are watching this broadcast from, and you may just actually be able to give yourself or give the fans a shout out.
Yes, Jesse, we have people also watching from all over the world. We have Marina and Bertus Dirchen watching from Gauteng, South Africa. Welcome. Enjoy this race with us. We have Anya Griebel watching from Perth in Western Australia. Amazing to have you with us. We hope you enjoy what we are bringing to you. So right now we are showing you the personal best, unofficial official personal best for the Indongo Toyota 220 mixed team who had just crossed the finishing line, and it's Jan Nyal, truly Namibian, and then Kay Stumpf from South Africa, and they did this in 2020 in a time of 16 hours 57 minutes and 44 seconds. So yes, well done to those two riders who had just arrived. We are keeping you posted as the action is unfolding here in Swakopmund at the Platz Am Meer Mall. The solo riders have been going for 18 hours and 19 minutes, and then the two-person teams also have been going non-stop. We must add non-stop 17 hours and 49 seconds.
Yes, one would probably not do justice to give an appreciation post that is for Nedbank Namibia for sticking so long towards that is this kind of event. And like I said earlier, they are the two, I don't know whether it's parents or something, they are still waiting for their arrivals probably to come. I wonder how long they will stand there talking on the phone and all that. Coming back to last year, they battled and overcame the challenges of organizing sports events during a pandemic. And by the divine grace, they were able to launch this event without restrictions or measures to be concerned about. Well, Nedbank remains the biggest contributor to the Namibian cycling fraternity. The bank's cycling sponsorships include the Nedbank Cycle Challenge, which has been in existence for over 35 years, the Windhoek Nedbank Pedal Power Series, Nedbank Rock and Rut Series, and others. So you can just tell that how important or what the kind of valuable these people see in terms of what cycling in this country is, and one has to laud the bank for that. We continue there, and we would just like to remind you to allude that the times you see at the top left of your corner there, these are times the people or the cyclists have been cycling through today, and you can see that 18:21 41 seconds, that is the solo, 17:51 45 seconds, now 47, that is the two persons, while you can see four persons was 17:21 and 53. So it is indeed a very special occasion for those that are competing here today. And Otis, as a man from the coast, what would you make of the weather currently? I can see it is changing a bit, but I wouldn't be surprised because that's Swakopmund for you.
Yes, man, Jesse, we have all seasons here in one day. We have winter, summer, whatever comes our way, we deal with it. So right now you can see there's a stir in the air, and all the riders have actually told us, the ones that have been arriving at Platz Am Meer, they had to deal with a strong wind during the first session of this race. So at least the breeze is cold over here. So yeah, that could possibly help these guys to cool down when they ride into Swakopmund.
Yes, let's not just forget the importance that this dash also brings in terms of charity and to the community. We have people cycling that is for cancer, for sanitary pads. I mean, this is just a contribution towards those that are in need and towards those that need help. So it is a very kind gesture from some of these teams that they are sponsoring or making sure that people that are in need are catered for during these difficult times. We just have to remind you back when we spoke about the COVID-19, which was something that came and halted sports, but well, as the Desert Dash stands for, last year it continued, the previous year it still continued. So it is indeed a race that doesn't refuse to falter at any time, and we can see today that they are doing the most again with a successful event so far.
Yeah. So Jesse, just in terms of the previous winners, and we are stressing here because we have new winners already in the solo category. So Irene Stein is the women's category defending champion, and she's a Namibian cyclist, while Tristan de Lange had won this race last year.
We'll go for a short break and we will be back after that.
A tank of fuel costs me between $195 and $200, and it takes me roughly 240 kilometers. The longest distance that I've driven on my bike is around about 650 kilometers. It's the Otjiwarongo-Omaruru-Karabab trip. The service at the Namco service station is excellent. We use them often when we do our Otjiwarongo-Omaruru trips. I would say the one thing that I love about my country is the scenery, especially in the rainy season. I get to experience everything when I'm on my bike.
Well, before every end, there is always a start. And that is the start that we would like to show you, and how it all started. That is yesterday that's at Windhoek. So indeed, sit back, relax, and enjoy the highlights. We'll be back.
As you can see, it's pumped, it's packed, it's really full. We are busy with the registrations for the famous Desert Dash, the Nedbank Desert Dash, that is. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go look for a few people, ask them how they feel about the 397 kilometers, if I'm not mistaken, if they're taking on solos, if they're doubling up, if they're four on a team. I mean, we're going to find out all of that right now, so you guys should stay tuned. Okay, joined by Patrick. Patrick, tell me, this year, how is the registration for the Nedbank Desert Dash looking?
It's looking good, man. We've chopped it down from, I think it started at 3 o'clock last year, brought it down to 4 o'clock this year, so just 2 hours for the riders to get registered. It looks like the rush is over, so everybody was here like really early, 10 to 4. The guys were already trying to sort of get into the queues. We opened it a little bit early, but it looks like it's pretty much done. The queues are empty, and it's been a very, very smooth registration.
Okay, well, compared to last year, do you think we have more cyclists this year than last year?
No, I mean, the three categories, the solo, the 2-person and 4-person, those entries are pretty much defined. They're capped. We're expecting around 1,000 riders every year. That's what the race makes a provision for, and it always sells out very, very quickly, right? The minute that the registrations go live and they go online, they do that, I think, in 2-week increments. sells out within minutes. You know, so 1,000 riders, give or take 1,000 riders.
Wow. Well, Patrick, less than 24 hours before the big day. Are you excited?
Of course I'm excited. What do I look like? It's an amazing event, right? What a privilege to be here. And also for the riders that are tackling this tomorrow, I want to remind everybody, I don't know when you guys are going to broadcast this, but just a reminder that you get to do this. You don't have to do this, you get to do this. There's lots of people that don't get to do this sort of thing, and you can feel the atmosphere inside the Grove tonight, and it's going to be like tomorrow at 2:30 when I start the solos, the atmosphere inside here, we're going to lift the roof off the Grove tomorrow.
As you heard it from Patrick, the atmosphere is going to be fantastic. Less than 24 hours, Nedbank Desert Dash is almost here. What are you waiting for? Get here, let's do it.
That's the spirit.
Cool. Thanks, Patrick. We're here, nothing but good vibes, supporters all the way. They came here to get people registered. Quickly tell me, who are you here to support?
I'm here to support my husband, John Weber. He's a solo rider.
I'm here to support my cousin Michelle and Etienne, husband and wife, solo, two teams.
I'm with my sister supporting John Weber, solo rider.
Okay, let's talk about John. Let's talk about John first. Preparation for the Desert Dash. Do you think he's ready?
Yes, he is. Insanely ready.
And your side?
Oh man, they call Michelle Guffy on the bike, so she's a Guffy. Etienne as well, they're more than ready, they're born ready.
Wow. Okay, let's talk about support. Support is very important. I mean, if they see you guys, if they hear you guys cheering for them, it gives them die energie, die krag. Hoe maak julle seker die energie kom by julle uit? Hoe doen julle dit dan?
As een omloer, dan sê ons, hey, trap hy fiets.
Yeah, it's all about, it's never mind the emotional, it's the mental thing. And my husband has done this quite a few times and he does it solo. So mentally you have to be prepared for the dash. You must never ever underestimate the dash. So yes, I think once I get to him, it's the first time I'm doing the support for him. So I think it's just to give them some positive vibes and just to encourage them and to moet nooit ophou trap nie.
Okay, so Hollard is in charge of the midpoint this year. So if you guys can make it to the midpoint, then you guys are going to be there.
Right. We're going straight to the midpoint.
Definitely.
Then you guys, I'll see you guys there. You guys should have a good one. Kickoff is tomorrow, less than 19 hours, 20 hours. But yeah, see you guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, I'm joined by Maurice and Tail, part of a four-man team, yes? So, Desert Dash, less than 24 hours. What's going through your head right now?
I'm just thinking of the end. We're gonna have some nice beers there when we're done. So that's what's going through my mind now, yeah. Not really stressed.
Okay, Tail, tell me, how are the preparations for the dash?
It's going well. I'm just starting the carbo loading. We got some carbo loading to do tonight, and then some strat team talk about this four-man strategy, and then looking forward to a safe ride, finishing in Swakopmund and having some beers in Swakopmund.
Most important, having some beer in Swakopmund. But all in all, after preparations, how do you feel about the team?
No, we're very positive. I think we have a good team this year, but it's also
fill up once a week. It costs me about $700 to $1,000. I've driven from Windhoek to Opuo. That is definitely the longest distance I've ever driven. The service at Namco is amazing. The petrol attendants always ready to assist, and they have amazing food. I really do love Namco.
I usually spend about $600 Namibian for a full tank, which usually lasts me the entire month because I do not drive around that much. The longest stretch I've ever gone with my car is to Kamanyap, and that was for leisure purposes. The service at the Namco service station is excellent because when you get there, you're met by employees who are always ready to cater to you. Whether it's them fueling your car, checking your tire pressure, offering to wash your windscreen, or checking your engine oil. The one thing that makes me proudly Namibian is being able to experience Namibia in all its beauty through travel.
Well, we are joined by LP. LP is not a cyclist, but LP is here to support his brother who is doing the whole desert dash alone, a solo man. LP, zeg over mij, is die man gereed voor die dash?
Nee, die man is gereed, man. Die hele jaar heeft mooi geoefend. Hij heeft laatst jaar ook gereden. Hij heeft nu die 4e jaar wat hij rijdt. Maar ieder jaar rijdt solo. Vorig jaar is hij met andere groeps gereden, maar ieder jaar is solo.
Toen besluit die man, nee, kijk, nee, zoek je deze span goed in, hij doet een one-man show.
Kijk, ieder jaar onze ouders verloren, man. Last jaar en ieder jaar ook weer. So this year is a tribute for our parents. So we decided to take it on for them and decided this year is going to do it for them.
Ik zei, nee, condolences aan die mensen wat jullie verloren hebben. Maar je zei, die man is gereed, die man is ready. Hoe geeft jullie om die geest, hoe motiveert jullie die man laten push voor die hele ding?
Ons is altijd achterom, die hele tijd als hij traint, als hij oefent, whenever he's training and riding, we're always there backing him up and we'll be there 100% behind him. All the way to Swakopmund.
Ja, nee, salut, Vibra. Boom. Well, you heard it from the guy himself. Guys, the Nedbank Desert Dash is not just an event where you come cycle for fun. As you can see, they're saying they lost the mom and the dad, so the Desert Dash is like a tribute to the parents, so it's going to be a good one for him. Good luck to him. So, but I have to go. We have more people to talk to. Let's go. Joined by the one and only Mani. Mani, quickly tell me, registration this year. A lot of people showed up. The Nedbank Desert Dash is in less than 24 hours. How are we feeling?
No, well, I mean, I hope a lot of people were here because there were a lot of people that signed up. So a lot of people had to come and fetch the numbers. No, very excited. Well, less than 24 hours, a little bit less than 24 hours. Again, I mean, super excited. Weather is looking great. Riders are amped. Organization are amped. Sponsors are amped. So what more can I say?
For you personally, I know you're definitely one of the guys that are always there on the road. Preparations-wise, how has the preparations been for this year's Desert Dash?
No, well, I must say, I mean, we're from the organization side, so we know what needs to be done because we've done it for a couple of years. We actually try to improve every year. This year, we helped the riders a little bit through the thick river sand, compliments of track bicycles. We made some pallets for the guys to help them through the riverbeds. That's on stage 3. Other than that, you know, the rough roads, we try and get the graders out there. Some of the roads aren't gradable anymore, but we still get the graders out there just to take the edge off the roads. And other than that, you know, what more can we say? We're happy to have this vibe in Namibia. So many foreign people here bringing Forex into the country, and we're happy for that.
Well, it's beautiful to see how you guys always take care of our cyclists, and it's beautiful to see that we have the event in less than a few hours. Well, you guys should stay tuned. This is Mani here. Mani, I'm going to have to love and leave you now. We still have to talk to a few more people. You should have a good day.
Guys, thank you very much. See you in the morning.
I think Namco is changing the game.
The service at Namco is amazing.
Fast and friendly. Always ready to cater to you.
Use them often when we do our trips.
Namco is the one. I usually don't drive this car around. It's a standing base. I fill up my car for 850, which that gave me a full tank. I used to use this car between Rebot and Windhoek. Yeah, once you reach home in Rebot, it's almost a half tank. It's from Windhoek to Ketmas. That is the longest I have driven with this baby. I think Namco is changing the game because their service is very organized, clean. Even their takeaway department, Namco is the one. There is no country like Namibia. Namibia is a very beautiful country. That's why I'm part of it.
Ons is met Henry en Clinton, die eerste gemengde span oor die wenstreep hier by Platz Am Meer. Hoe voel dit?
Lekker, het was 'n goeie reis geweest.
So, hoe het die reis vir jou afgespeel?
Beter as laas jaar, beter gedoen as wat ek gedink het. So dit was lekker. Jy weet het daar met my saam gespeel, nie so lekker met Clinton se helfte nie. Ja. Maar dit was lekker geweest, ja.
Clinton?
Ja, die eerste helfte was hard, nee. Die wind het erg gewaai. Ja, so ek het probeer die sterk ouens voorsit. Het het so uitgewerk nie, maar ek het toe later weer gegain, nee. En ja, dit was 'n lekker reis. Veral op die einde het ons kon saam gery vir 'n slag, nee. Ja. Dit was ook lekker. Nee.
Nice. Nou die hoeveelste een is die vir jou?
Ek het nou 'n paar genoem. Ek het al vergeet. Ek het om te tel, nee, hoe baie dit is. Ja. Ek sal maar elke jaar terugkom. Ek geniet dit.
Ja, en jy, Andri?
Is my tweede ene, maar ek sal hom weer doen.
Sal jy hom weer doen?
Ja, ja.
Sê vir my, wat haal jy as 'n fietsryer uit so 'n reis uit?
Jy is altyd sterker as wat jy dink. Jy moet maar net deurdruk en aanhou.
Ja. En jy, Clinton?
Ja, vir my is dit in Windhoek is dit altyd baie hektiek met die werk en alles. So vir my is dit baie lekker om af te skakel op die fiets en dan kan ek dink aan baie dinge en dan kan ek ook al my probleme agterlos, né? Windhoek is 'n baie stresvolle plek. So ek dink fietsry dit help vir my, né, om dit 'n bietjie weg te vat.
Nice. Nou wat was anders vir jou hierdie keer?
Man, die dash het elke jaar het die surprises, né? So hierdie jaar het ons eintlik in die reis as underdogs ingekom, né? En ek voel ons het nie te sleg gedoen nie.
Andre?
Die pad was baie beter as laas jaar. Hy was bietjie geskraap, so dit was lekker. Ja. En ja, soos hy sê, ons was die underdogs, so en ek dink ons het baie goed gedoen.
Wat is jou boodskap vir jou mede kompetisie daar buite en vir die mense wat die dash volg?
Dankie vir die ondersteuning en sterkte vir die wat nog moet klaarmaak.
Clinton?
Ja, ek wil net sê dankie vir die organisasie en al die tipe ding, né? Om so 'n event aan mekaar te sit, ek meen dit is 'n moeilike kom werk, né? Ja. Maar ek is baie dankbaar dat so iets het in Namibia.
Dankie julle, sterkte. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, viewers, we are back at Platz Am Meer here in Swakopmund, and we are bringing you the action as it is happening. It's the Desert Dash, and we can briefly talk about the dethroned champions. Last year it was Irene Stein, and she did not make it this year as a winner. The competition has been won by a South African.
Well, of course, indeed, it's not always that you will be able to be successful in such an event, and that's why today you can see that Irene Stein was unable to clinch the women's solo category, and you can see also that the men's category was clinched, that is by Drikas. So it is not always that you will win this one out, as we have seen it from Connie Loser, that he has not been able to defend his throne, and this is the second consecutive time that he has been struggling, that is to reach the finish line in first position. So it is indeed one of those moments where people were expected to be dethroned.
Yes, Jesse, there's also a lot of social drives being done with regard to the Desert Dash. So there's a lot of organizations attached to the Desert Dash, and which use this platform to actually raise money for causes. We have, for instance, a team, the Blast Foundation. This is one of the teams. It's a charity team, and it's sponsored by Nedbank Namibia for the Desert Dash, and they are riding to raise funds for a sanitary towel project. You know, quite unique aspect. You know, so there's a lot of positive things happening with regards to the Desert Dash. The Holla Daven Trust, driven by Indongo Toyota, Drikas could see that's his sponsor. Drikas came, he produced a personal best in 2019, we must mention, and his personal best in 2019 was 14 hours, 25 minutes and 19 seconds. So Drikas won this year, and he did so in quite an amazing time. Winning the dash is already an amazing feat. What do you think, Jesse?
No, he is indeed an emblem of hope. The fact that he has been competing in this event and unable to win it in the past, it was great that he was able to win it this time around. And the emotions at the finish line said it all. The fact that the family members, the sponsors, everyone was quite happy due to the fact that he was able to make it. Drikas Kutsia is quite a competitive man in his nature, and he has been competing in several international events and doing well. So it was probably written in the stars that one day he was going to come here and be crowned the Desert Dash champion. At the top left of your corner there, you will see that is the times that the people left, that is from Windhoek, and the times that they have actually been racing during today. Somebody coming in there and being cheered up for that wonderful finish there. We expect more cyclists to come through. We expect more of them to come through in numbers. And as you can see there, spectators watching and hoping to see their loved ones coming through there. It has been a long day, and in our picture there is a team of 4 coming through again.
Yes, definitely the Desert Dash is the place to be. It's happening right here in Swakopmund, and we are at Platz Am Meer, and we are bringing you the action as it unfolds. Some riders approaching. There's another 4 riders heading our way. And there's even some gliding happening, some paragliding. Look at that. Wow, this is Namibia for you. Yes, and here we have another team coming in. It's a 2-man team.
That looks like the Namibian team.
We are waiting for them at the finishing line. They are now closing in on the finishing line. Yes, indeed, Jesse. Xavier Papo, a cyclist.
Yes, Xavier Papo has been cycling the dash for a number of years now, and he always completes it. I think it's an honor to have watched him cycling through this race for a number of years. So it is indeed. And there comes another team again. This is a mixed team as it seems.
Yes, and we are waiting for them at the finishing line.
Another emphatic finish.
Now that's Team XSV, as the announcer just indicated there. And we must say, if you look up in the corner of your screen, you will see the clock ticking, and this is the time that have transpired since the riders left Windhoek yesterday. And yes, the winners are already here for the solo, the men, the women, and it's happening right here at Platz Am Meer.
Yes, Otis, one can say the atmosphere here at the Platz Am Meer Mall is quite astonishing. People mingling, getting to know each other, meeting old buddies, having a cup of coffee. We know that it's cold here and in Swakopmund. So it's pleasing to see that everyone is relaxed. Those that have already completed their races are well accorded a massage, and they are able to relax their muscles and think about the next one. Obviously, from now on, it is only next year where you will see again such a gruesome race.
Yes, Jesse, definitely the Desert Dash does not disappoint. There's always a setup or something happening, you know. Like I said previously, we were so much wanting Connie Loser not to lose, and it happened. He lost, and he could not pocket it for a 7th or 8th time, and now he's back. But this time, Drikas stood in his way, you know, and it's good to see the young blood coming through the ranks and making us Namibians proud.
No, indeed, there is always a time for everything. And one would understand why the Desert Dash is just a once-off thing, I mean like an annual competition, due to the fact that it takes a lot of energy out of the cyclist. You could see when Sia came here, he was so flat and done, but obviously done with a victory. So that's why it takes probably another 12 months before we can have another competition of such nature, just given the kind of muscle and energy that is required. So these guys will have now to recover all the muscle that they used up, all the cells. It is indeed that time where they will need now to build up and build for next year.
Yes, Jesse, we need to remind you that this race involves crossing the world's oldest desert, and it is 397 kilometers that needs to be cycled. So they started off the solo category at 14:30 yesterday, the two-persons team category at 15 hours, and then the four-person team category at 15:30, and that's when they departed from Windhoek at the Grove Mall. Now they are racing against time in this race. The solo category, the cutoff time for the solo category here at Platz Am Meer is 14:30. That for the two-person team category is 15 hours, and that for the four-person team category is 15:30. They also have different prize giving slots. The prize giving for the four-person team and two-person team winners, men's and mixed categories, will take place at 12 o'clock, and then the two-person team and four-person team winners, the women's category, will take place at 2 o'clock, and then at 16:30 the solo category winners and solo finishers will receive their recognition that's so rightfully due to them. And another rider approaching the finishing line.
Right, we've got a rider coming in here. This is Otto Zapka. Let's bring him over. There's indeed. Nice big round of applause for Otto. Welcome back, my friend.
He's a single rider.
Single ride, number 1179.
Otto Zapka.
Solid performance.
Otto Zapka crossing the finishing line there. Yes, and then His race in 2021, he finished in a time of 18 hours, 19 minutes and 47 seconds. He's a solo rider and he is a Namibian rider.
Yes, Otis, I must say we must deserve a round of applause to the fact that we have been here up and running from as early on as 1 o'clock in the morning just for setup to make sure that everyone gets that coverage they deserve. And it indeed a tolling event, and it is a tolling event to us as well. So
Yes, Jesse, we're going to cut back and we're going to entertain you a little bit, you and our viewers. We want you to relax, sit back and check out this amazing sights and scene from the start of yesterday.
Hello there and welcome to the Nedbank Desert Dash, a 24-hour race, 397 kilometers across the world's oldest desert. What a way to make it to Swakopmund. The riders will be starting right here in Windhoek and NTV will be here to bring you all the action. I'm Ashwin Berry. Stay with us. The Nedbank Desert Dash about to start live from Windhoek, and it's going to be heading down to Swakopmund. But before that, let's have a look at some highlights from the previous Nedbank Dash.
I usually don't drive this car around. It's a standing baby. I fill up my car for 850, which that gave me a full tank. I used to use this car between Rebot and Windhoek. Yeah, once you reach home in Rebot, it's almost a half tank. It's from Windhoek to Ketmas. That is the longest I have driven with this baby. I think Namco is changing the game because their service is very organized, clean. Even their takeaway department, Namco is the one. There is no country like Namibia. Namibia is a very beautiful country. That's why I'm part of it.
I usually spend about 600 Namibian dollars for a full tank, which usually lasts me the entire month because I do not drive around that much. The longest stretch I've ever gone with my car is to Kamanyap, and that was for leisure purposes. The service at the Namco service station is excellent because when you get there, you're met by employees who are always ready to cater to you. Whether it's them fueling your car, checking your tire pressure, offering to wash your windscreen, or checking your engine oil. The one thing that makes me proudly Namibian is being able to experience Namibia in all its beauty through travel.
So ladies, all eyes are on you for this year's race. Tell us, how are you feeling?
I'm pretty excited, more than nervous, but probably the nerves are going to come tomorrow. And it is true, all eyes have been on us. But I think naturally, in essence, participating in the dash is already nerve-wracking. So it's a combined nervous pressure mounting point by being here automatically or naturally. But we're excited.
What made you enter this year's dash?
Well, we wanted to challenge ourselves physically, and as we've been saying, it's also about representation, you know, and seeing people like us also taking part in these types of events. Yeah, and it's just a great opportunity to see our Namibian landscape. Cycling to from Windhoek to Swakopmund, it's not something that everyone gets to do. So we're excited for the challenge, and we are ready.
What are you looking forward to the most?
Finishing.
Like, I'm definitely looking forward to the journey. It's been an exciting journey already, like, you know, just getting together, training together, putting in the hours, but then also like just experiencing every stage, every water point, meeting new people, mingling, just having fun in the journey, because in essence, this is very fun. And definitely top of that is to get our medals and to finish.
How has your friendship grown since you decided to do this thing together?
How has the what?
How has your friendship grown?
We've most definitely have built a strong sisterhood. Coming from a diverse background, we have put that aside, and we've really just, you know, we've grown closer, and yeah, that against all challenges, we've pretty much grown closer, yes.
And then finally, where does your love for cycling come from?
We all started cycling differently. Some come from a background of running, some just working out, fitness. But overall, it's just the fitness, the love for fitness, and just trying to have a good lifestyle.
Ladies, good luck. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We will all be rooting for you and waiting for you at the finish line.
See you at the finish line.
Thank you.
So you might want to, well, otherwise just talk loud.
So we are here at the registration of the Desert Dash 2022. How are you feeling?
I'm excited. I think nervous for the riders. It's a massive endeavor. I mean, 397 Ks is very, very, very far, but there's great atmosphere here. It's a massive event, you know, and it's almost like an annual gathering of riders. So I think just great atmosphere, lots of excitement.
And I heard in other local medias that some of the people from overseas actually came here months earlier to train in Namibia.
Sounds like it. I was speaking to, he claims he's the only male American in the race, and he's been here since February, which is pretty amazing. So,
wow.
I mean, whether it's this guy that's here alone, the Nedbank Desert Dash is a massive, massive boost for Namibian tourism, whether the guys arrived yesterday or whether they arrived a couple of months ago. It's a big, big money spinner for the local economy and for local tourism. So really, like really positive outcomes for us.
Did you ever think that this event is going to grow into something this mammoth when it first started?
I don't think anybody did. I mean, if you talk, I rode the precursor to the Desert Dash many, many years ago. And we rode it over 2 days, and over time that has evolved. And I think when Aiden dreamed up the idea of the Desert Dash, you know, going across the desert within 24 hours, I don't think anybody dreamed that it would end up with 1,000 riders starting together on a Friday afternoon making their way to the coast. So it's pretty special.
Who are we looking out for this year?
Look, hard to say. I mean, Connie Loza's back. I went through the start list a couple of days ago. He missed out on a, I think it was a 10th win last year. So he's back and he's obviously looking to win that. Drikas is in the mix. There's some very, very fast ladies. Rebecca Robish is back from South Africa, and I would imagine there's a whole bunch of other very competent women as well. In the 2 mixed category, I see Tristan de Lange is riding with a female partner. Don't have the name off the top of my head. And then in the 4 pairings, the males, the females, the doubles, always super, super competitive racing. It's a long ride, so anything can happen. Mechanicals, bad luck. But it's going to be a very competitive event this year.
And this year we also have the first black ladies team.
How wonderful is that? That is so awesome. They're being supported by Nedbank, and that's a really, really special story to tell. So I think in terms of what the Dash is and what the Dash represents and who Nedbank represents as a corporate sponsor, inclusion and inclusivity is a really big part of their, I guess, their philosophy and their mindset. And so it's awesome to have this all black ladies team.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and we are showing you the sights and the sounds of the Nedbank Desert Dash 2023 as it is happening. Look at that red trailer. That's where we are. That's where you can come, pop in, come and say hello, meet and greet the team behind the scenes, the guys behind the cameras, the people pushing the information your way. Our drone pilot, Sheldon Johannes, working miracles behind the sticks. We have Jesse Jackson all the way from Windhoek, entertaining us with his photos, amazing photos, capturing the moments as it is happening. We have Nicanor Nangolo and William Groenewald, our camera operators, and we have Monica Houses monitoring our social media as the action unfolds. Now that is a sight to behold. It is December and we are at the Platz Am Meer in Swakopmund. This is Namibia. This is Namibia at its best. Team Irongo 24/7, bringing you the action, the Desert Dash as it unfolds. And this is what you are missing. But if you are with us on GSTV 285 and GoTV channel 94, then yes, relax, sit back and take out the sights and the sounds of the images we are bringing straight to you live from the Platz Am Meer. The action is happening. Teams are trickling in slowly but surely. The first riders have already arrived this morning. In the early hours of the morning, we captured that footage for you as Drikas won this year's edition of the Nedbank Desert Dash. Now, what a beautiful sight. The weather is together, as we say. It's quite perfect weather happening here at the coast. And we are enjoying the fun and the sun at Swakopmund. Quite a large crowd are expected later in the day when most of the teams will be in, and the cut-off time is creeping slowly but surely closer and closer. We know that the teams are up and running, and they departed yesterday from Windhoek, from the Grove Mall, and the first ones are in. So we know Yolandi de Villiers won the women's solo category of this year's Desert Dash. She's a South African who was competing here at the Dash, and she did so in a time of around 17 hours, that's unofficial, and 50 minutes. That is now South African Yolandi de Villiers, who crossed the finishing line first as the first woman out there. So the solos have been going for 19 hours now and 14 minutes, and then also the two-person team went now on the road for 18 hours and 49, and then the four-person team been cycling for 18 hours and 14 minutes. Now Yolandi de Villiers, her personal best came in 2019. That's the time at the bottom of your screen reflected, and she cycled in a time of 15 hours 29 minutes and 12 seconds. Team Ecochal Namibia, Yolandi de Villiers from South Africa, she won this edition of the Dash, the women's category. But for now we are up in the air and we are showing you the beautiful coastal town of Swakopmund, and we are right here at Platz Am Meer, where we are welcoming the cyclists. That's the Desert Dash cyclists to the finishing line. We know it's gonna get more and more hectic later on. Fast guns have arrived already. They are here. They are in, as to say. So they started cycling yesterday, the solo category at 14:30, the two-person team category at 3 o'clock, and then the four-person team category started cycling at 3:30. Now the cutoff times, and this is where we are. The finishing line is at Platz Am Meer. Yes, the finish line is at Platz Am Meer, and we will be welcoming the last rider to make it to the finishing line, as well as the very, very last rider who did not make it to the cutoff time, you know, before the finishing times transpire. So the race cutoff times for the solo category is 14:30. For the two-person team category will be 3 o'clock, and then at 3:30 the four-person team category cutoff team will follow.
We are waiting for Nina.
We can see another couple of riders heading to the finishing line. We are going to bring them in. We are going to bring them home for you. (397 kilometers) massive cycling effort. That requires a massive cycling effort. Now another 3 riders arriving. Solo riders.
2054. Neil Drikas, Rolf Hensel, well done guys, and Roland Peacock, well done buddy. It's a really solid ride, Roland. So Roland making lots of ground on the 40s, come around Belinda and Daniel and Polzar. Rock solid finish all the way into town. Nice on 50 days to finish.
So that's the time for Art Peacock, South African rider, and he recorded a personal best, an official time.
And he's smiling, which is a good sign. Niels Hooker, Rolf Hensel, well done gentlemen. That's good riding. Nice to see you guys here. Wonderful.
That's the finishing line for you. We just welcome 3 solo riders in.
As you can see from the timing, lots can change from the plots here. Ronnie Cox is about 50 k's away. A little bit of ride and change up. We have the updates as we have them. That was at the last checkpoint. So Roland Peacock upgrading himself a little bit on the leaderboard there. He is through. We are now waiting for Belinda and Daniel Abram.
Quite a beautiful day here in Swakopmund. Slight breeze helping the riders on. So we will be saying goodbye to our readers on DST in a couple of minutes. We are not there yet, but just take note. We will leave you shortly, and then we will return at 1 o'clock. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are having a good time here at Platz Am Meer. It's where the Desert Dash is happening. Riders trickling in slowly but surely. That's the finishing line. And you can see it's a bit musty, but foggy up in the air. Some fog in the air, cold breeze. But I think this bodes well for these cyclists. We're heading all the way from Windhoek to the coast. As I say, the cutoff times will be 2:30 for the solo category riders, 3 o'clock for the 2-person team category, as well as 3:30 for the 4-person team category. 3 prize givings have been scheduled at 12 o'clock for the 4-person team, Yeah, and then we have a couple of riders arriving.
Right, we have got Daniel and Melinda and Paulzar. Welcome back, all of you. What a ride! Incredible, incredible stuff. Well done, Paulzar. Melinda van Rijn, you're a legend.
Yes, Belinda van Rijn just crossed the finishing line.
She's fine. She's a tough, tough girl.
Yes.
Daniel Abraham also riding in one piece.
She is a Namibian, and she recorded a personal best unofficial time of 20 hours, 31 minutes and 37 seconds in 2021. It means that she could have improved on a previous time. Some more riders arriving.
Welcome back, everybody. Good morning. Nice to see you guys.
Now that's the Snyman Transport team. 1 South African in the mix and 3 Namibians. We have F. de Prius, F. Boyens, Heer van den Berg, and Via Don Shearing. And there you can see the personal best unofficial times of Snyman Transport team.
Okay, so we've got some updates on the screen here. Daniel finishing 13th in his category, 15th overall. Stop. You look like you've just been on a walk in the park. Like a rock solid 14 hours, 14 minutes. 12th in the next category, 14th overall. So you got check my 2 goals. Not a bad day.
I usually spend about $600 Namibian for a full tank, which usually lasts me the entire month because I do not drive around that much. The longest stretch I've ever gone with my car is to Kamanyap, and that was for leisure purposes. The service at the Namco service station is excellent because when you get there, you're met by employees who are always ready to cater to you. Whether it's them fueling your car, checking your tire pressure, offering to wash your windscreen, or checking your engine oil. The one thing that makes me proudly Namibian is being able to experience Namibia in all its beauty through travel.
I usually don't drive this car around. It's a standing base. I fill up my car for 850, which that gave me a full tank. I used to use this car between Rehoboth and Windhoek. Yeah, once you reach home in Rehoboth, it's almost a half tank. It's from Windhoek to Ketmas. That is the longest I have driven with this baby. I think Namco is changing the game because their service is very organized, clean. Even their takeaway department, Namco is the one. There is no country like Namibia. Namibia is a very beautiful country. That's why I'm part of it.
Daniel finished today. He was with Drikas right up in the front until almost halfway. Then he cracked. His body gave up on him. He was puking or vomiting all over the place. And he took half an hour now to recover. He went back on his bike and he finished. Well done, Daniel Abrams. Well done for pushing through.
Yes, Jesse, it has been a action-packed morning.
Well, it has been a roller coaster ride here at the Platz Am Meer Mall. Indeed, a fantastic time. Fantastic results today. So far, I mean, more cyclists are still coming through, and we expect them to come through throughout the day until the cut-off time. And even after the cut-off time, you will expect those to come and even walk with their bikes, as it always happens.
Yes, Jesse, the first lady, first solo man, 4-man team, 2-man teams, we brought them that action. I think we're going to take a break now, and then we're going to be back at 1 o'clock with more action.
Yes, definitely. We'll have to tell the viewers to stay tuned. We will be back at 1 o'clock with more action.
Yes, and please go to our social media pages, go check out the photos, go check out the footage, like it, share it. Yes, and we will connect with you once again.